So
this one's for you guys. I'm not really an expert on this.
Oh boy.
Naval Aviator explains why USAF pilots land softer than US Navy pilots. Takes skills and nerves of ice for a US Navy pilot to land on an aircraft carrier's flight deck, essentially a miniature flying field. Oh, that's not what it says, but that's what I said. That is pitching, rolling, yawing in rough seas. Do they yaw, carriers?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't think so. Really?
They Dutch roll.
These ships operate in. A carrier landing is similar to a controlled crash. The touchdown is enough to destroy most other airplanes. Where do we
sometimes destroy our airplanes?
Yes, you can destroy a Navy airplane too. I know this.
Given the uniqueness of carrier landings, do U.S. Air Force pilots land softer than U.S. Navy pilots? Yes. David Tussey, former U.S. Navy A-7 Corsair pilot, explains on Quora.
You know it's real if it's on Quora.
I mean, the Aviation Geek Club is quoting Quora. How more real can it get? Carrier aircraft are specifically designed to withstand the impact of a carrier-arrested landing and also the catapult shot, but you pay a price for that. A Navy aircraft must be stronger and have a design that dissipates the energy of an arrested landing and a catapult. That means extra weight, which impacts performance. Just to be clear, while a typical Navy pilot will land on conventional runways far more than on a carrier throughout their career, they still perform a carrier-type landing even on a runway. U.S. Air Force aircraft perform landings with much lower sink rate, resulting in a smoother, less stressful to the airframe landing. The U.S. Air Force fighter aircraft are not required to withstand the stress of carrier operations, so they are not carrying that extra weight. Let's see. There have been a few Navy aircraft that have worked well for the U.S. Air Force, specifically the F-4 Phantom II and the A-7 Corsair II, and there have been several U.S. Air Force aircraft that have been proposed for Navy use, such as the navalized F-15 and F-16. Still, it's damn hard on the aircraft. And do we want to watch the video?
No, this is actually video from the fighter pilot IMAX movie. It's been recirculating. Yeah, well, we ruined it. It's been recirculating. I mean, you can click on it if you want. It's Rain Waters in the Afterburn podcast. Turn the music off, please. We'll for sure get demonetized with that.
That's so pretty. Not a care in the world for center line. Or center.
Oh, dude.
Dude, it's a 5-way. Like, yeah. Reset the code. Reset. Did I 904? Oh, God.
All right, guys. Why?
Well,
do you even know?
Better?
Yeah, dude. Here's the reason why Navy jets, Air Force jets land softer than Navy jets is you have to land on a ship a certain way, right? So Wombat can nerd out on this more than I can, but you have to set the angle of attack to set the hook distance because there's hook to ramp. There's all kinds of geometry that happens and you don't want to change that. So you have to fly the same attitude throughout the entire approach to precisely hit the wires. Whereas in the Air Force, you don't care about wires. So you can come in and flare it like an airliner and land wherever the heck you want, as long as you're in the first 3,000 feet of the runway. So that's why Air Force pilots land softer. It's because Navy pilots have to land aggressively. And it's just more awesome. But
why does it carry over to your airline career, Gonky?
It doesn't.
It's called a law of primacy. That's what it is.
I do like to feel a good
it's called dissipating energy. You're saving the brakes. You're waking everybody up in the back so they get off the plane quicker. It helps the operation move. There's a lot of pros.
What about the disability claims of the flight attendants?
In the Skybus, man, like they tell you to keep everything on, right? So the handful of times I've turned off all the automation and did manual flying with the thrust levers, I like to feel the airplane accelerate. And so like when I'm like in the captain looks like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what? He's like, dude, it's like people don't like that in the back. Gotta be smooth. I'm like, everything back on.
Yeah, it is truly like Gonky was alluding to. If you hypothetically brought 10 different Navy aircraft aboard a ship in a recovery, and every pilot flew a perfect pass, every tail hook would land in a 1 square foot block on the flight deck. That's how precise it is. Now, I'm not saying that everybody flies a perfect pass. and all that. But that is no kidding the precision of it. If everybody was perfect with it, then, and that was actually a concern with Magic Carpet, believe it or not, when all that stuff came out on how good Magic Carpet is and is going to be and precise. They were concerned about the flight deck because getting that stress over and over and over and over again, like, so.
Oh, on the same
spot. Same spot. Yeah. Yep. Then somebody made a joke. Well, like, there's still CODs and Hawkeyes, and I was like, yeah, there are. They'll be all over the place. But damn it,
well, no, the COD's being replaced with the.
I know, with the whirlybird
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the answer, and that's you can't flare. Like, you have to just put it there.
Well, I flared the Hornet.
No, yeah, but
at the field,
you never land on a ship though, dude.
Yeah,
it's frowned upon to do it too much because the planning link won't set.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Isn't that why, like, Marines a lot of times would have planning link failures in their jet because the pilots would flare, and it's the landing gear on that thing is designed. I mean, go to any air show and look at a Navy carrier plane compared to an Air Force plane. Like, it's very obvious what they're designed to do.
Yeah,
like,
if you did that with a Viper, the strut would go through the wing.
Yeah. You would buckle it.
It's not like this. It's like this, you know.
Yeah,
so all that energy is going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, well, thank you for the information, fellas.
It is pretty awesome.